Hello, good afternoon, class. My name, of course, is Flavor Subur. I'm the one that is basically taking you through the computer fundamentals. Computer fundamentals is all for those students that are pursuing diploma in journalism and media studies. I can be able to see that Simon Dego, you've already logged in, but unfortunately, you've logged in into your portal, yes, but I did post for you a Zoom link. And it is just unfortunate. I don't know why you're not able to log in. I've even sent you some chats. Okay, there you are. On the portal, eh?
Yeah, I've seen it. Now, when it comes to writing the notes, wow, those notes are so many. As in, how are we doing it?
Of course, the notes, I have to post for you the theoretical content on the dashboard.
Okay.
I have to post for you the theoretical content on the dashboard, but again, these classes will always support them using Zoom, yeah, Zoom meetings, eh? Like the one that we're having. So you're saying the notes are so many?
It's fine. Wow, there's so many for that as in per hour, as in those notes. I know you have to read and internalize as well.
No, don't worry. I think, you know, that's what makes the difference between the physical classes and the online. Of course, the online, the notes must be there for you because, like you see, I can explain for you a concept right now, like for example, where we are. But it is important. It is very important that I also get to support the same by posting for you some content. So don't worry, you must be ready to write notes, eh?
Wow, it's okay, it's fine.
Yeah, just don't worry.
Okay, so then.
Now, I'm the one that will be taking you through this particular content. That is computer fundamentals, eh?
Okay.
Which other lesson have you attended? Which other lessons have you attended? I know it's not only computer fundamentals. Which other units are you being taught?
Okay, I'm doing broadcast journalism.
Yes.
I'm doing English for journalists, as in those are the units, yeah?
Yes, yes. And you've been attending those classes?
Yeah, I've been attending them.
You have been attending, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good. Are you using your smartphone or a laptop?
I'm using my smartphone.
You're using a smartphone?
Yeah.
I want to try and share my screen so that I just take you through some of the content that is there on the dashboard. Sawa sawa?
Okay.
Okay, sawa sawa. So I'll try to share my screen here with you. Then I take you through like what we ought to have actually covered in there's the work that is supposed to be there on week 1.
Okay.
Yes. You've seen the way the timetable is, eh?
It's a bit small.
No problem. But anyway, you go back to this later, but I'm just showing you how the timetable has been scheduled. We have our classes on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, eh?
Okay.
So I just wanted to inform you that on this Thursday from 2 to 3, we will always have our Zoom class. So Thursday, it is purely Zoom class. You get it?
Okay, all the Thursdays.
All the Thursdays. The other days, I will be sharing the content in the dashboard, and so it will just be upon you basically to, log in and try and read. But of course, a few interactions, like you've seen the way I was trying to chat you.
Okay.
You've seen the charts, yeah?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Those charts are very essential. Actually, it is the most instant way that you can be able to engage a trainer, not only for me in this particular unit that you're doing, but even for the other classes. So you can engage a trainer and maybe ask a question there. You get it?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. So you can be able to see on the timetable. Later, you'll come back to it. I just want to take you through what is expected of us. So computer fundamentals is a unit for those that are doing diploma in journalism and media studies. And it is a unit that you basically do in your semester 1 to get to introduce you. You're hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, to get to introduce you to the world of computing. And a lot of the content that you're going to cover in this particular semester will be theory. But of course, hopefully, when things go back to normal and you're able to resume our physical classes, then you'll be able to cover the practical content. This course, basically, it is structured into two. There's the theoretical content and what? Practical, you get it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So a lot of content that I'll share here, of course, will be notes that is covering the theory, but a bit on the instructions, or maybe if you even get, say, like you get your desktop or even a laptop computer, you can be able to practice. So that will be shared.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what was expected of us on week 1 was maybe the introduction to computer fundamentals. Below it, you can be able to see what is expected of us, like the at the end of that particular lesson, what a learner should be able to achieve, the objectives. So knowing the meaning of a computer application, explaining software concepts, describing the types of softwares, and then also going ahead and explaining the application areas, or rather stating and explaining application areas of various areas of softwares. Below lesson 1, there is a video. Yesterday, I think you're informing one of the line managers that you are not able to see some of the videos, yeah?
Yeah, that video is not opening.
It is opening now. There was a small error, but I did correct it. So
Okay.
on lesson 1, you'll be able to get a video. Then there is a continuation on lesson 1. You can be able to see lesson 2, types of operating systems and the environment, the objectives.
Yeah.
Then you go to lesson 3. That is on the components of a computer system. After that, week 2. So the work that we basically, rather the content that I did share for this week 2, that was on Tuesday.
Week 2 was starting on Tuesday.
Sorry?
Week 2 was starting on this Tuesday.
Yeah, of course, right now, this is week 2.
Okay. Me, I thought as far, we started learning on this week on Monday. So me, I was saying week 2 was like next week now.
Okay, the content we did, normally this content, it is structured on the dashboard as week 1, week 2, and week 3. You get the point?
Okay, yeah.
Up to the point, of course, that will be ending the semester. So as in, I'm just trying to guide you through the dashboard, how you read the content, how you get to cover the content.
Okay.
So each and every week has got a lesson. So you'll get lesson 1, 2, 3. For example, like now this week 2, there's lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. Lesson 3, as you can see, you'll be able to get a video. There's a video there showing the various settings in a computer, and then lesson 4.
Yeah.
That is on the content that has already been shared. I really want to make it very clear, the content that has already been shared. And of course, now lesson 6 is our Zoom class that we have today. You get it?
Yeah.
Yes. So, and of course, you go to week 3, which will be about next week there. That content will be shared later. But right now, it is still held with me. There's a reason why I still don't want to show you the content of week 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. I think that is very, very important. Let me just go also and get to share with you some of the notes that we have. But now this is in summary, basically.
Okay.
Is this your first course you're doing?
Yeah, I'm in semester 1.
But I'm just asking, like, this is your first course generally, even after high school, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now, in high school,
Okay.
did you do computer studies?
Well, no, we were not. I was not in that huge school. Yeah.
Okay. So meaning this is basically
Oh, yeah.
a totally new unit generally for you, yeah?
Yeah. No wonder I'm telling you. I'm like, I'm getting. There are so many things, and I'm like, what? When I find ICT as a whole.
No,
Yeah,
it is.
that was. Yeah, that's why I was asking you the question, because I was wondering, where am I doing an ICT, or I'm just doing the basics of a computer and whatever and everything. So that's why I was like that.
and you felt that it is too much. It is not too much. This is basically just a unit.
Yeah, I was like, what? I felt like, why? It's too much. Where like, okay, it's fine. By the way, now you've understood.
Yeah, you've understood the whole thing, eh?
Yeah.
So this unit is just to help you acquire skills that are basically going to use in your semester 2 onward, semester 2, semester 3, up to the level that are going to finish at semester 6. Actually, for computer fundamentals, it basically helps the students that are pursuing the diploma course in journalism and media studies. That is, when you go to semester 2 and 3, you'll basically start learning some of the advanced applications. Like you're going to be, you don't know what you want to pursue in the future, but or rather the profession that you really want to take, you want to be maybe like a media reporter, you know, there's journalism, but most importantly, this is to help you get the fundamental skills in computing. A journalist or other media person must have very good skills in computers. You get it?
Okay.
Yeah, so don't get worried about the notes that there are so many. It's okay.
I knew it was just a question and also a compliment.
Yeah, so just to go direct to what we have, I have a summary that I'm still also going to share. You can be able to check here. I know your screen is small since you told me you're using a smartphone.
Yeah, but I can see.
You can be able to see, huh? So for example, somebody simply ask a simple question like, what is ICT? What is ICT? You know, we need to understand in this what ICT is, what a computer is. And for example, like the definition of what a computer is, you have it here with us. A computer basically is an electronic device, you know, that accepts data, processes data, stores and produces the result as information under the direction of stored programs of instructions. When you talk of programs, right now, you must be using an application there called what? Zoom. You've installed Zoom on your smartphone, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. So that Zoom basically it is a software. It is a piece of software that has actually assisted you to be able to log in and we get to meet. Right now, what has connected us is, you know, the internet connection. We have the internet connection. And so it makes us very, very easy to be able to see each other. It is more or less like we are almost having a face-to-face kind of meeting. You get it?
Yeah.
And it is with the help of that piece of software. So generally in computer, we say that a computer system is made up of two key components. We have what we call the hardware, and we also have what? Software.
Okay.
In your phone right now, it is a whole piece of hardware, but it is not working on its own as the hardware. There are some softwares that have been installed in it. I know sometimes once in a while you go to the internet to maybe browse, true or false?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and whenever you're browsing, you have to use a software. Say like, I don't know whether you browse using Opera Mini or you browse using maybe Google Chrome or Mozilla. What do you use?
Phonics.
You use what?
It's Phonics.
No. I'm not asking about the model of the phone, but I'm just asking.
No, yeah, I'm not telling you. There's that one for website for browsing that is called Phonics.
Oh, Phonics, very good. So that is a software for you. You get the point. So then that software means that the software must be installed in what? It must be installed in a computer. For it to be installed in a computer, there's a component within a computer we call the hard disk. So when you install a software, it goes directly to be stored in a storage device we call a hard disk. And that hard disk, it falls under a group of hardware components. It is a hardware on its own. The software being installed on it are two different things. So we have software and hardware. These two must work together for us to have something we call a computer system. You get the point?
Yeah.
So in our notes as we proceed on, I will, or maybe just for today, just to give you a brief, is that for today, I'll just break down for you the various hardware components that we have in a computer. We have got the input devices, We have, the output devices. We have the communication devices. We have the storage devices. We have something we call in a computer, we call the memory, computer memory. Every computer must have a memory as a device that helps it to be able to process data or programs that are installed. For them to be able to open very fast, there must be the memory installed. We also have one very critical component in a computer we call the CPU, or what is in full, it is central processing unit, the central processing unit. So we have input devices, output devices. We have the communication devices. We have the storage devices, the main memory, and the CPU. That is how the various hardware components are grouped in a computer. If I scroll through this content, just to give you a glimpse of that, I hope you're able to see my screen, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good. Check here. We literally refer to it as the structure of a computer and check the various components within that structure. We have the hardware one, software, the users, and what? Data. You get it?
Data.
Yes. And in the next slide that I have, there's a diagram you can be able to see. A diagram basically showing the, of course, there's somebody that is seated there, and that is the person that you're referring to in the previous slide as, we're referring to as who? User. You see that? You can be able to see the image of a lady that is seated there. You can see the data. The data is the information that is installed, that is stored in the computer. Like now, what you're basically accessing, whatever I'm showing you on the screen, this is information that has been stored in my machine. You can see the various hardware components. Yeah?
Yes.
And then you can see what you call the software. The software is what we install. Software basically are instructions that tells a computer how to perform the various tasks. So this is a very, very good diagram showing you the various structure that is designed here, that has been discussed in the previous slide. We have the hardware, the software, users, and data. If you go to this, you've been able to see this diagram. And in the next slide, the two main parts that I'm talking about, the two main parts of a computer, the machine itself, that is the hardware, and the human provided logic, that is what?
Software.
Software. And what does the software do? The software basically directs the machine. The software directs the machine on, the software basically gives the instructions. It tells a computer on various ways of performing tasks. And we did break down the hardware components. Have a look at the hardware components. You see that?
Yes.
The first one is what? If you can just read, I just want to confirm whether you're able to read that from your screen.
Okay, there's the input devices.
Yes.
Output devices.
Yes.
System units, storage devices, and communication devices.
And communication devices. So these, and you can see that in total there are how many? There are
five.
Basically what? 5. What is missing here is what you call, it's just a group of hardware on its own. We call it the main memory. So in this list, you actually need to also add the main memory, which is also a group of hardware on its own. You get the point?
Yeah.
A simple structure, there's that diagram showing the hardware, the various hardware components. Of course, like for me where I am teaching you here and I'm using my laptop computer. But this type of computer that we have on in the notes, that diagram, this one shows us what we refer to as a desktop computer. This is a desktop what? A desktop computer. A desktop computer is a computer that is detachable, not like a laptop that is actually integrated into one main component. You can see we have the monitor here. We have the system unit on its own. You can see the speakers, you can see the keyboard, you can see the mouse. You get the point? And I'm very sure, in as much as you are just getting to be introduced to the world of computing today, but this is something you've seen. Seen kweli? So umeona computer? Najua umeona computer kwingi, si ndio?
Yeah, nimeona. Yeah, tumeona unacheza game nayo, though not that much details, as in basically mambo na masoma.
Oh, okay. But once in a while unatumia kucheza games, si ndio? While playing games, you normally have maybe computers that are connected with speakers, si ndio? Ama headphones, ama earphones sometimes, eh?
Yeah.
Like for you, I can be able to see that you're using earphones so that you're able to listen to me. True.
True.
Yes. So if I go back to the various hardware components, like we talked about the input, output, those input devices that we're discussing, that those devices that you basically use for what? For purposes of inputting the information into the computer. Like these earphones that you're using, it has got a mouthpiece. Because I'm able to listen to you here, it has got a mouthpiece. That mouthpiece basically acts like a microphone so that you're able to input the sound into your smartphone, and then I get to listen from this side. How are you getting to hear from me? You're getting to hear from me because of the speakers that you have. But the ones you have are not speakers. Speakers are much bigger. Those ones we refer to them as what? Earphones. Yeah? Hello, teacher.
Yeah.
Lakini niko na Zoom class hapa hivi kwa Steve. Nimejificha hapo kwa Steve. Niko na Zoom class. I have a class that is on. Sawa. Sorry, Simon. Sorry. Somebody's interrupted. It is a call that I had to pick. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, so I was talking about the input devices. Just to get to understand that input devices are devices that you use to enter data into the computer. I'll take you just through that so that you get to see. This is a small screen here. You can be able to read what input devices are. There are any hardware components that allows you to enter data, programs, commands, and user responses into what? Into a computer. You get that?
Yeah.
The key example of the input devices, you can read with me. The first one is what? Input devices, examples. The first one is?
Keyboard.
Very good.
Mouse.
We have something called the punch card readers. We have the optical character recognition. We have the barcode, we call them the barcode scanners. Like if you go to the supermarket to purchase something, you normally purchase it from the shelf. Then when you go to the counter or the cashier, they scan it, yeah? There's that special device that they use to scan. We refer to it as a barcode scanner. It is an input device. You get it? Yes. Yeah. And then you have got the scanner. Scanners are very common. If you go to, for example, like in a cyber or a computer bureau shop, you get people that scanning images, like maybe if you have got a hard copy content, say like maybe they could be notes or even your photo, and you want to convert it into soft copy, you want to upload even in social media like Facebook and the rest. You normally simply pick a photo in your album, then you go to the cyber, then they get to scan it.
Yeah.
And I'm very sure this is something that you have seen, only that maybe you don't know that it is an example of an input what? Device. Are you together?
Yeah.
Then check on the output devices, or we call them the output units. What examples there do you have? You can read with me. We have the monitors.
Printers.
We have the printers.
The other one is what? I cannot see that one properly.
The other one is called a plotter. A plotter.
Plot.
A plotter. It's called plotters. I will show you. You know what a printer is, Senior?
Yeah.
You've seen a printer.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you've ever gone to a cyber and maybe you want some letter to be printed. Normally, it is printed.
Even in school, they are wow.
Exactly, those ones that you're using in school, so that when people are closing, maybe there are letters that are supposed to be taken to parents and the rest. Senior.
Yeah, sure.
They take a whole, plain paper, then they'll get to print that letter for you. So that letter you're told to take to the parent. Where that content in the letter is printed, that device is what you call what? A printer. It basically gives us paper copies of soft copy data that is stored in what? In a computer. You get it? Yeah. Yes. So those are examples of the various hardware components. You can see the way they are grouped. But one of those main input devices in a computer, we have it here. We have what is called the keyboard. On your smartphone right now, I know you're not using a keyboard because that's a smartphone.
Yeah.
So it is what? The smartphone has what is called a touch screen. Cindy?
Yeah.
Yes. So that touch screen, it is a type, we'd call it, it is also a type of an input device. Just the same way in a desktop computer, somebody uses a keyboard that is detachable, or even in a laptop, there's a keyboard. On a touch sensitive screen like your smartphone, you use what is called the touch screen. You get the point?
Yeah.
So we say that a keyboard, it is the primary input device. It is the primary input device in, say, like a laptop computer or desktop. But most laptops are nowadays, they also come with the screen that is what? Touch. I don't know whether you've seen. Yeah, they also come with a touch screen, some of the laptops. It's a touch sensitive screen, although they're a bit expensive as compared to, these are the ordinary ones. I'll show you some of those diagrams. We have got this. You can see a detachable keyboard and the laptop. You can see the images there. There's a whole image of the keyboard. And the various keys on a keyboard, they are marked differently. You can be able to see these. I'll get to share this content again, these notes with you later. So don't worry, so.
Okay.
Yes. So, well, I'm just trying to jump so that maybe you can be able to understand the content. But this is basically where we are. But before we came to this, I had shown you this part. What really makes a computer what? Structure. The hardware, the software, the users, and what?
Users, data.
And data.
Datas.
Myself, like I told you, I'm using my laptop. And so this laptop, I am a user here. There you are not using it, say like a computer, but remember your smartphone, it is a computerized device. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you are a user.
Yes.
That. You get it? Whatever you're being able to access on your screen there is data. Cindy?
Yes.
The whole phone that you have, it is a whole hardware device. What is stored that now you're using, for example, like that Zoom, it is a piece of what? Software. You get the point?
Yeah.
So this is how we need to understand what the whole computer structure is. Software, the hardware, the users, and data. So if somebody was to ask you, like, to explain the computer structure, then one needs to touch on all these particular what? Points. Are we together?
Yeah.
Very, very good. And like I just started at the very, very beginning, before I actually jump to that content, so that we're able to understand the way the hardware components are grouped into input, output, and the rest, I brought you somewhere here. And we are asking ourselves what a computer is. Cynthia, you get it? And of course, after defining what the computer is, that it is an electronic device that does what? That accepts, data, it processes data, it stores and produces the result as information. Before these results are produced as information, there must be something assisting us to do that. And that is what? The software. That is the programs. And you see that these programs are instructions. Programs are what?
Instructions.
Instructions. The only difference between a computer and yourself, or rather ourselves as human beings, is that the computer does these instructions with speed and what? Accuracy. And that's why you see here, we end the point by mentioning that the computer assists us to produce the results as information under the direction of stored. I want you to replace this word stored with installed. And so we say under the direction of installed programs. We install programs in the computer. We don't store, we install. You get the point?
Yeah.
Under the direction of installed programs of instructions with speed and accuracy. So why are we learning computer? Why do you want to acquire these skills? It is because we want to know how to use a computer, because this knowledge will assist us to work with the machine and be able to assist us to work with speed and a lot of what? Accuracy. It's clear?
Accurate.
You get the point?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we also have what data is. We've talked about data. That data simply consists of raw facts which the computer can manipulate and process into information that is useful to what? That is useful to people.
People.
You get the point? I will share with you this. As you can see, a lot of this data is much summarized, and it would be very easy for you to read and understand. So?
Yeah.
Are we together? So
yeah, together.
Very, very important. So I will, just stop sharing the screen so that we can engage, because you've gone through this. But like I said, why I decided to share this is the simplicity of, understanding and the way the summary has been done. So?
Okay.
Yes. Good. Now, I go back to the other side on the dashboard and what is required of us. You notice, like I said, that on Thursdays we'll be having this Zoom class, and these other days, of course, we'll engage each other via the chat. I will post for you videos explaining, or rather summarizing most of those notes. Each and every week I'll be posting a video content. You get it? But on your end, what you need to do basically is to try and read as much as you can. I know you're saying there's so much to read, but I mean, this is why you've paid fees, Cindy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you've paid fees and you have to get value for your money. Is it true?
Yeah.
And you see, you're basically just studying at the comfort of your home. You don't even have to board any matatu to come to school and all that. So I want to encourage you to take a lot of time. Settle, always try as much as you can. You've seen all the timetables, even for the other units that you're also doing. Wake up as early as possible. I mean, get your data bundles ready. If you're using your smartphone, ensure that it is well charged, so that at least even during Zoom sessions like this, you're not cut off because of, the data bundles. Your phone number, I believe, was also registered for the education data pass. Have you tried dialing you got the instruction now, you're supposed to go about it?
Yeah, but I've not tried.
Yeah, please try it. It was, I think it was meant to be done before the end of today. You should be ready with that.
15, yeah.
Exactly. So at 500 shillings, you purchase 10 GB, and 10 GB will be able to run you through up to the end of the month. Are we together?
Okay.
Yes. So I want us to end it there. And we meet in our next class, of course. The other classes you've seen in the timetable. But remember, every Thursday we have a Zoom class. So?
Okay.
Yes. Any queries, any concerns that you have?
Can I have your...
Sorry?
Yeah, so on updating notes, where
Yes.
should we be now at the start as per today?
As per today, your content should be up to week 2. So read up to week 2. Just go back to week 1. And this week we are in week 2. You get it?
Yeah, I'm actually at week 1, lesson 2.
Okay, but anyway, just go through that content. I know your main concern is about the content, how heavy it is, but it is not that much.
Okay, it's fine.
You know, you are studying, you are not just reading. Reading is very different from what studying. When somebody that studies is that person that reads through but picks the most important content. You don't just have to like write everything, pick what is relevant according to the course outline that has been shared. Is okay.
Okay.
So thank you very much. Have a nice afternoon and we meet in our next class.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank you and bye.